Okay, here's a short video we're going to look at view, change, add equipment to a contract. Only really works right now if you're in your current job, so this is something that you do while you're on a inspection. And just want to get you guys familiar with it. Basically, once you're on the job, go to the top right, hit your main menu button, come down to equipment, open up equipment. When I brought this up, it brings up 5 items here listed: 1, 2, 3, 8, and 9. If you're going into it for the first time, you'll probably see nothing in there. So if there is nothing, don't be alarmed, but you're just going to go to select at the bottom left. This is where your full equipment list is going to reside. I just happen to have check marks in these boxes, which once they were checked, it brought it up to this first screen. So in this list, you'll see equipment code, which is basically, a number. We assigned it for, that job. I got 1 through 10. Here's unit ID, which I assume would be used possibly on a barcode of some kind if we stick it on a unit for the future, so we can scan it into our tablet, fill out a check sheet that way. You got the type of unit, whether it's a train rooftop, miscellaneous, exhaust fan. I got a few others here. You got your manufacturer, you got your model number, you got a serial number, and you can put a location and also an alias. I think the location probably should be the location rather than the alias. Maybe they should reverse this. Maybe I'll show you how to do that. This would be how you'd modify it. I would select that item, hit OK, and it pops up by itself in the list. So if I want to modify this, if it's the wrong model and serial number, or its unit's been changed, I can make a change here. I'd hit edit. So I'm going to hit the edit button. You see it pops up. It's still unit 1. You don't want to change that. Unit ID, you can leave that alone. Manufacturer, it is a train unit. Model, serial number. You have to manually enter this information in there. The manufacturer, as you can see, you bring up a list of every unit you can pick from without having to manually enter it. So you want to go through the list, so that way we have the same code for everybody. Some of the stuff gets shortened up, so just pick it from the list for as far as manufacturer goes. If it's not in there, then you'll have to write it in there. We got location of unit. This is what I'm going to modify. I'm going to say location, let's pick roof, because that's where it is. It's not on the ground, it's on the roof. I'm going to stay with all capitals because that seems to be how everything's entered in. So I'm going to drop down. Okay, that didn't work. Let's just put it right in the front here. Let's scroll up here a little bit to, I'll drop the keyboard out of the way. It says roof there. Or I could take it, put roof here. Now it's hard to see what I'm doing here, but I just deleted that back. can see I cleared it out. I want location roof here. Drop that down, make sure it looks good. Click down here. Alias is going to be RTU1. I'm going to go with a -1. Drop this down, see what it looks like. Looks good. I'm going to hit OK. And I'm going to hit refresh. Make sure all my changes take. And then we're going to see what happens when you go back into that menu. Take a quick look. I'm going to back. You can either hit this back button here to get back to your main menu. I'm going to go back into the equipment again. See that there. I'm going to hit select. Here's my unit. The one that I checked box there, and I modified it. Now you can see something's missing there. So we wait a minute, hit close. I'm going to refresh it one more time. This is kind of quirks you're going to run into on the system. So right now this is uploading to our database in the office. Has to land in the database. Now it's waiting to retrieve it back from the database to put it back into my tablet. So, moving a little bit of data here. Now we can see the location changed to roof. The alias is now rooftop 1. And if I can, I'm just going to go back to my list again. And you can see right here that I got 2 rooftop 1s. Which this is probably actually rooftop 2. So I kind of messed that up, but that's easy enough to fix. Just go back in my editor, click on here, arrow back, push in 2. Now it becomes rooftop 2. Hit OK. Shows up as rooftop 2. Go back into my main list, make sure it's right. Locations, roof. I'm going to correct them all, but not right now. So it says alias rooftop 2. That makes more sense to me. Hit OK. I'm going to hit refresh, which should send it to our database in the office. And then I can continue on to modify the other units to make them the same as the first change I made. I'm going to make location on the roof for these 2. I already did these exhaust fans yesterday. They didn't have any manufacturer, model, serial number. I entered all this in there, so you can put a type. The Green Heck is a manufacturer, model, serial number, locations, roof, exhaust fan 1, exhaust fan 2. Pretty simple. Back out of here. So that's how we get to our equipment list and make modifications.